Good morning, XRNET. I'm sorry I can't be with you for today's workshop, but I thought I'd prepare this short video to demonstrate the SeekBeak virtual tours. SeekBeak is an online hosting service that gives the ability to create virtual tours. Images are captured using a 3D camera. These can be rendered through something like reality capture, or they can be 3D models created by Unity or other gaming engines. In the SeekBeak system, the images can be embedded with hotspots, which allows you to navigate from one image to another, or to put in extra links to websites, information, questions, and so forth. Once you're in a particular location, you can navigate around it either with your mouse on the computer screen or your device. You can actually run it in virtual reality mode as well by clicking a link in the system. When you're editing, you can add hotspots, you can add text, you can add other features, and you can navigate through the system, through the tour, either from a map where the hotspots are located on the map, or by jumping from one image to another by linking them with hotspots. The annual subscription is around $400 per year for one user, but you can have multiple tours. You can have an enterprise license as well, which allows multiple users and groups of users and gives you a lot more functionality. So we've got the very basic subscription, and that gives us some analytics in relation to visitors to the site. Looking at the technology that I've used, I'm going to show you the Roth House, historical house from Kilkenny in Ireland. This was captured using an Insta 360 1X. So this is an old version now. It cost about $900 when I bought it. You can buy them on eBay now for about $400, but the latest models are still around $1,000. You can also get your images done by professional photographers. So for the SBRC tour, which I'll give you a link at the end, that was compiled by a photographer who used high resolution 360 cameras. Now I'm going to go over to the SeekBeak website and show you some of the features there. This is the SeekBeak.com website. I've logged in and I've got a series of snaps. Some are ungrouped and some are grouped as Innovation Campus, site visit I took to a recycling centre, the Roth House, which I'll show you, and we've got the SBRC tour, and also some work I've done on a site visit to a recycling centre down in Nara. But let's look at the Roth House pictures. So this is made up of 11 images, and as I scroll over them you can see what they look like. If I go to Courtyard 1, which is where I'm going to start the tour from, this is the 3D image, and as you see it's got a full 360 view. Down at the bottom I've edited out where the tripod was, and you can look up at the sky as well, so you can see quite a lot. It looks better actually on a phone or an iPad. I've also created a few hotspots on this, and I've got a hotspot which has got some information associated with it. Down at the bottom you see some of the navigation features and the editing. So I'll just go into the editing just to show you how we can edit things. I'm in edit mode now, and if I click on the hotspot I can go to the rich text editor and I can put in my text and I can put in links. In this case I've got a link to the Roth House Historical Society's website themselves. When you're moving around the image, so here I've got a hotspot which is linking to another image, and when we click on that we move to that room, And the key to it is to have a series of images that can take you from one spot to the next, so you can see your next location, back to the courtyard, I can go up the stairs and so forth. Another navigation feature that you can add is the maps. So I've just copied the floor plans, which you can zoom in on, and you can click on a hotspot there and that will take you to that particular room. So the only editing I've done here is I've actually blurred out the faces of myself and Grace. We were the only people in the museum at the time, so that's why I took the opportunity to grab some of these pictures. Mostly I tried to hide myself around a corner so you didn't see me, but sometimes, well, it wasn't quite so good at it. You can actually control the camera from an iPhone or an Android phone, so that makes it easy to do things when you're not in direct line of sight. So let's go to the tour. I've actually got a link on the next slide, which you can actually go to the QR code and try this on your phone.
So I'm just pointing my camera at the QR code, and that takes me to the SeekPeek tour that I have shared through that QR code. The first place we get to is that courtyard number 1, and here you can just scroll around by moving your finger on the screen, see what you can see. You see the image is better on the small screen than the big computer screen. Clicking on that hotspot, I'd go to the website of Roth House. Go back to the tour. Let's see about let's go to courtyard number 2. So we transition there. That's myself and Grace with our faces blurred out. I could go back into Photoshop and take out the people completely now that the AI tools are a bit better. Moving into one of the other buildings on site, I'm going to have a quick look around. We can zoom in as far as I can go on this. Because the images aren't that high resolution, I can't go into that in great detail, but you can add still images as hotspots. So if you've got a photograph or something that you want to add in, that's quite good. Another navigation tool is by clicking on the bottom. You can go to particular images. So here we go to the Langen room, and I like this one, and we use it with our architecture and engineering students because it gives great detail of the roof structure, and you can actually gaze around. I think it's pretty cool. So let's go back to our slideshow.
Here's the hotspot or the QR code link to that tour. Each image took me about, let's say, 5 minutes to set up. Just put up my tripod in the middle of the place and try to hide myself behind some corner, and then use my phone to actually take the image. Maybe I took a couple of images to see if the lighting changed. You can do HDR images with this camera. The post editing I did was to blur the faces, remove the tripod which appears at the bottom, but the actual selfie stick that the tripod sits on gets removed automatically by the camera. And then going into the SeekPeek system, I just uploaded all the photographs and added in the hotspots. At the end I can share a link directly to this, which is what the QR code is, and some of the images contain links to web pages. And finally we've got the tour of SBRC. So if you go to the SBRC website on this QR code and you scroll down the page a bit, you'll find the high resolution tour of SBRC and the solar decathlon houses. That's the end of my presentation today. I hope you have a really good workshop and look forward to working with you again in the near future.